Welcome to our weekly program, the inside story of Chabad in America through the Mindel archives. I hope everyone had a kosher and a happy and a freiliche Pesach. Today, I wanted originally to share with you a very interesting letter that the Rebbe wrote, and the Friedrich Rebbe on the same page, the Ksav, something very interesting with a beautiful story. But since we are in a situation which everybody knows that we are in today, and also B'Hashgacha Pratius, yesterday I found a letter that was written to someone, Chof Tes Nisan, our program, today's date. So I thought that because of these two things, I'm going to speak about something else today. First I want to read. This has 3 pages, but I'm just going to read one paragraph from the Rebbe's letter. And the Rebbe also wrote to 2 shluchim, more or less the same idea, to be practical and even stronger words. So first I want to read this one paragraph, and then we'll explain, we'll go into the lesson. It is indisputable that when one has an opportunity to help 100 individuals, it is one's duty to do so rather than helping a single individual. Similarly, on a global level, when one can accomplish something for humanity at large, it would be one's duty so to direct his effort, instead of narrowing it down to one nation. However, considering the limitations of human effort, and the Rebbe outlined human effort, and resources, however extraordinary these may be, one cannot lightly ignore such a handicap, and he underlined that, especially at a time when the needs are great and growing, and one must carefully match capacity and potential with the challenges and crises at hand. However ambitious a person may be, it is obvious that one cannot concentrate with the same effectiveness on many problems simultaneously, even if the problems are related. And ultimately, of course, all problems in the world are related. Thus, willy-nilly, one must submit to a system of priorities in order to utilize one's resources in terms of attention, time, energy, knowledge, as well as financial resources in the most productive way. This is the letter. This is a paragraph in the very important letter, but I'm not going to read the whole letter. And to shluchim, to those 2 shluchim he wrote years ago, and he added that when a shliach goes to a city, and of course when he goes, he's with a chayas, and he wants to take over the ganze Stadt, the whole city, and he wants to make everybody to do the Torah mitzvahs. But it's not practical. A person is only a human being, and he's handicapped, and he has to start with proteus, not to be misaking, not to fix the whole world in the beginning, or anything a person does, he has to do it be proteus and not chap and be misaking right away. In other words, in theory, it makes sense to fix the entire world, to try to help everyone. But practical, it doesn't work. And just like a mashpia is mashpia to the makabel, mashpia, the makabel will only accept if he speaks to him, but if he wants to say everything at once, it's not going to work. A person is limited. This is basically what this is talking about. And as the Rabbi gives an example in another place, then when there is a fire, chas v'sholom, in the house, and the person wants to save, he's not going to take all the furniture, everything at once. He needs everything, but he's going to choose the most thing that he needs, the expensive things that he needs, one thing. Same thing also here. When there's a fire burning, a person has to try to save whatever he can, one thing, but not everything. And this is practical. Now, I'm saying this, we find ourselves now in an Eis Tzara. Eis Tzara Hil Yankiv. Yidden, Jews, friends, relatives passed away. Yidden in the entire world need a refuah shlema. People are in hospitals. People need a refuah shlema. They're at home. And I don't know, excuse me, if it ever happened that in the entire world, all shuls are closed. All Talmud Torahs are closed. All yeshivas are closed. Yes, they can learn Torah, but the yeshivas are closed. The shuls are closed. This is an Eis Tzara. And we are all trying to, there's a fire burning. We are trying to reason why this is happening. Now, people are lecturing and they're trying to philosophize for hours and hours and hours and to try to find out what to do, Beruchnias. If the Rebbe would be here today, there would be no shaila, we would know what to do. Begashmi is nothing we can do. There are doctors. The Eibishter said HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave reshus l'roifei l'rapais. But Beruchnias in the entire world, what we can do. Now, when the Rebbe was here, when things happened, L'moshel, the 6-day war, the Rebbe spoke then about film, so we knew what to do. We knew what the Eibishter wants us to do. When there was a hijack in Tebi, then I remember the Rebbe spoke then about mezuzah. There was a tragedy in Kfar Chabad. The Rebbe spoke then Yom Kippur War and about Neshek. But there are a lot of things that the Rebbe spoke. But today we don't know, and everybody's trying to figure out. One says we have to be besimcha. All Yidden have to be besimcha. One says we all have to give tzedakah. We all know that. But what specific does the Rebbe want? We don't know. We're trying to find out. So I want to say something. I found over here in a sikha of the Rebbe. The sikha was Yud Shvat Tovshin Chov. This sikha has nothing to do with our situation, but I'll come to it soon. And the Rebbe says over here, there are people, Rabbonim, speakers, lecturers, that their tafkid, their goal, is ach verak inyonim achik doilim. They speak about taking over the world, to answer deep sugyas, and eich efshel l'sakin kol ha'olam, how to fix the whole world. They want to fix the whole world. And they speak in general. But plain poshut the things that Rebbe says over here, like telling the people, poshut, you have to be frum, you have to eat kosher, or you have to have samishpocha, bichas hananin. This is not for them. This is too poshut for them. So they're looking to impress people. It's below them, and it's they want to show something that they can fix the whole world. The Rebbe says, and then the Rebbe says that yesh lashik bazel lo yirak tzorich lahatzil Yehudi shareitzel lahomis dois rachman litzlan latzil misol lachayim. But also Yidden that poshet zachen, moshamay machreinim, to tell people this is what it's too below them. And in another place I saw that the Rebbe says in a letter that there are some lecturers, some speakers, that they want to show that their English is so perfect that they're more interested in knowing how to say a beautiful an English word, a fancy word, that people should impress people. This is what the Rabbi is saying over here. Why am I bringing this? We are all trying to find ways. Pashut, many times, the Rebbe said, and the Rebbe brought down the Rambam, and the Rebbe brought down from Maimon Chazal, when there is an Eis Tzara, Yankev, when there is a problem, Yefashfesh b'masov. Everyone, not to want to take over the whole world, not to be misakin the whole world, b'masov, in their maisim. Now there are two explanations in Yefashfesh b'masov. Everyone knows alibe de nafshe. They know what they have to be misakin, what's lacking. Everyone knows. I have I know what I need to be misakin. My friend knows what he needs to be misakin. People are lacking. Some people are lacking, let's say, Lashon Hara. They speak Lashon Hara, and they know it. They should work with themselves to stop Lashon Hara. This is Yefashvesh b'masov. Pashat. Pashat ezach. Some people are because they always get angry. They should know to work on that. Some people speak in a shul, in the middle of davening. And the Frierdiker Rebbe writes in a Maimer that if somebody speaks, people speak in davening and certain things happen, Rahmanu Litzlan, he writes, which I don't want to mention here, is because they speak by Kriyas HaTorah. Some people need to know that they have to give themselves more to their children. That's lacking. They don't test their children. Some people, Taras HaMishpacha, they have to be careful with Shomer Nigiyah, Tznius, Kashrus. Yefashfesh b'masov. You have to look into your own maisim. And each one knows, for the whole world, everyone knows, this is something practical, and this is something that we know for sure, that the Rebbe spoke many times, and this everybody should do. Another pshat in Yefashfesh b'masov is positive. V'amich kolom tzadikim. Everybody has good qualities in them. Some people are good in learning Torah. The Talmidei Chachomim, they like to learn Torah. Yefashfesh b'masov. Search into if you're good in Torah, grow in that. Not in something else. In something that you are good in. Don't look for something else. If someone does in Mifsat Tefillin, and this is his thing, he does it 2 hours, 3 hours, let him add in mitzvahs, b'ma'asov, in what he's good at. If somebody's good in chesed, in achnos hasorchim, that he should grow. Like it says, chanoich lenar al pi darkoi. Teach a child, not something else. If his tendency is certain, grow in that. And that is yefashfesh b'masov. Now, there was once Reb Zusha, everybody knows, Reb Zusha once said that after 120 years, they're not going to ask him, was he like Rabbi Akiva, or was he like Darizal? They're going to ask him, were you Reb Zusha? The Eibishter will ask every Yid Beproteus, were you this and this? Did you grow in this? In this, are you who you are? Not to want to take over a world. Then we can be sure that the world will be different. And when a person does everything, because in him, when a person thinks about his maisim, only about his maisim, then the Eibishter will call hamachalo asher samti b'Mitzrayim loy osim alecha ki ani Hashem rifecha The Eibishter is the healer, and Bifrat now. Now we are in the month of Iyar. Iyar is a month, there's a lot of Rosh Hashanah, there's Avram, Yitzhak, Yaakov, Rachel, but the Rebbe always mentions Iyar is Ani Hashem Reifecha. So when people will look into these Poshet Inyonim, not to be misaki in the world, but Poshet in themselves, the Rebbe will help that everybody will have a refuah, and we should have Arichas Yomim Vishonim Toives. Arichas Yomim is one thing, but the Arichas Yomim should also be Shonim Toives, and should be good years, happy years, Begashmis Uveruchnis, and we should be Zoiche to the coming of Mashiach B'mheira V'Yameinu. In Mitzvah Hashem, next week we will continue our weekly program. Thank you.